I would foam roll my whole body if I could, and we can, so we will. Coming down onto your knees. We'll start with our shins and ankles. So I just want you to roll from your ankles all the way up towards your knees. Good. Think about your shins facing the floor. And then think about drawing your big toes in, dropping your heels out to the side so you'll get the outside of those calves, and then maybe dropping your heels in, toes out. Another option here is to do one leg at a time. So you can draw one foot onto the ground and then just roll. It might feel nitty and gritty, so it might feel kind of crunchy. Totally okay. That is why we are rolling, just to break up a lot of that muscle tissue, that fascia. Option here, if you hate being on your wrists, is to come into a forearm plank and rolling from there. This will involve a little bit more core work, but you may be into it. You don't have to. If you've done one foot at a time, just make sure you keep an eye on the clock. We're here rolling in each muscle group for 2 minutes. So if you do single sides, just make sure you switch at about a minute. Good. Make sure you get all the way down towards that ankle, then all the way up towards that knee. Roll slow, hang out. Sometimes those ankles can cause some tension. So even just putting a little bit of resistance, a little bit of pressure at that ankle joint, right where that leg meets the ankle. Make sure you breathe. As you're breathing, as you feel tense, make sure those shoulders don't become earrings. So lower down. Good. We're going to roll onto the quads, move up that leg. So that foam roller is above the knees, and then you're on your forearms. And then you're just rolling from the knee to the hip. Again, your shins and the top of your feet face the mat, but then draw your toes out, bring your heels in, get towards the inner part of those quads. Maybe even bringing those toes in, letting those heels fall out. Maybe doing one foot, one leg at a time by dropping that opposite foot onto the floor. Good. So we're rolling a lot up and down. What about rotating side to side? So those heels drop side to side, crossing over, and then scooting up. Rolling side to side, left to right instead of front to back. Ooh, that's intense. Everything is connected. So when you're rolling your quads, do you feel it in your knees? Sometimes I feel it all the way up the left side of my neck into my head, right? It's all connected. So if one thing hurts, that may not be the cause of it. It's just because everything's connected. Beautiful. Keeping an eye on that clock if you're doing one leg at a time. All the way down, getting the beautiful length of that muscle. Maybe bending through those knees. Good. Now we're going to focus on the TFL. So if you had pockets, right where your hands slide into your pockets, that's what we're going to work. So we'll do one side at a time. I'll start with my right one. And you just want to roll down past that hip bone. Yep. And if you don't feel it, chances are you probably haven't found it yet, because holy smokes, it's intense. Big inhales and exhales. Breathing in, you may feel it in your hip flexors, down by your knee, towards your back, right? So just be easy. So if this is too intense, ground a little bit in that base foot. Give yourself a little bit less intensity on that roller. Keep going, and then maybe cross it over left to right. Good, let's switch sides. Good, you can just turn to the back wall. I'll face you. So right where your hands would hit your pocket. Good, maybe rolling towards your belly. And then coming back onto your side. Again, if you feel nothing, keep moving and find a spot that makes you go, yikes. And that's where we want to roll. Find your breath. This one's intense for me. Good. The length of rolling is important. So you're not just coming in and out of this in 20 seconds. 2 minutes, maybe more. If something's really intense, maybe focus a little bit more on that part. Good. Take that roller parallel to your mat. Make your way down onto your belly. We're going to roll from the groin out to the knee. Get that inner thigh. I'm feeling in your groin a little bit too. Completely parallel might work for you. Maybe at an angle, so the top of your foam roller turns out and then the bottom turns in. Good. So you've got some base of support through your forearms and that leg that is not on the roller. So lean into that roller a little bit more if you need something more intense. Straightening your leg, bending your knee, all useful. So think about encompassing 360 degrees of all of these movements. So just going front to back doesn't work, right? So straightening your leg, then rolling, bending at that knee, coming up off of that, rolling back down, all different angles. Go ahead and switch to the other side. Finding the length of your inner thigh, your groin, right? All the way up, all the way down. Good. Drop that heel, lift your knee slightly. And now drop that knee, lift your heels. Do you feel the difference? One is maybe a little bit more intense, getting a little higher on the inner thigh. Dropping low. Good. Relax through your neck. Focus on your breath. Straightening, bending your leg. Beautiful. Let's get the calves. Work the back of that ankle. Sometimes this one can be easy, so I'll give you some options to make it a little more intense. Lift off of your booty onto your hands. Roll those calves together. Same time. So maybe you're like, yep, that's for a second grader. Cross your ankles, so stack one on top of the other, and then roll. So adding that extra resistance. Good. So same thing. Play around with your toes. They should be facing the ceiling. Maybe drop them off to one side. Good. We're going to visit a few here, so let's change sides now. Then I'll show you some other options. Maybe even keeping your ankles stacked and leaning into that ankle a little bit more, getting a little release in that joint. Maybe even drawing some circles with that bottom foot. Even though we're rolling the calves, that joint, right, is strengthened, supported by those muscles, tendons, ligaments. Good. Now lay down on your back. Keep those ankles crossed. And then you just want to wiggle and windshield wiper back and forth, rolling up and down that entire leg. Yeah. One section might feel a little meatier than the other, so just take your time, go all the way up, and then switch sides. Bottom leg is on top, top is on bottom, and we'll just walk it down. We're going to hit the back of those legs, hamstrings. So bring that foam roller above your knees. We're just going to roll out. Good. So bring those toes towards the front of the room. Hit the inside of one hamstring and the outside of the other. And then nice and seamlessly toes back into the center. And then drop those toes towards the back wall. Good. You are rolling from your glutes down towards your knees. From the glute, right where that butt crease is, where that hamstring hits your glute. Good. So even though we're going up and down, front to back, play with that side to side. Is there a section that's tense? Maybe you need to roll over that inch or two.
You're from white, perfect strangers in the night, but we all come together, so the world will testify.
Maybe hit that knee joint, right? So go through it
Hearts alive,
towards the calf and then all the way towards that glute.
they ignite our bones, and when they strike,
Nice steady breath.
light up the world. Strive, feel the love, sparks will fly, they ignite our boats, and when they strike, we light up the world.
My favorite, saving the best for last, which is typically my least favorite. Hip, butt, piriformis, figure 4. You're on one side. Good. Keep that knee drop down. Top shoulder, try to keep it stacked. But then play around with how it feels when you roll forward. Get that booty. So you'll be able to roll through the piriformis, all of those glute muscles. Good. Get up towards your hip and then drop back and around the whole shape of your booty towards your tailbone, towards those sit bones. We're going to change sides in a brief second. All right, let's change sides. My goodness, that's intense. So it's a figure 4. You're on your forearm. So if your hips are open to the sky, work in that booty. Make sure you're breathing. Good, and then start to drop that knee down. Keep your shoulders stacked on the outside of that glute. Hips are intense. Hips remain intense unless we give it some undivided attention. Good, drop that hand down, bring your chest lower towards the mat. See how that feels. Good, and then kind of give yourself an evaluation. What needs more attention? Maybe just hang out. Beautiful. Rolling all the way down to your side, sitting all the way up. We're gonna head to the back. So I want that foam roller to go nice and long, right at your bra strap, fingers behind your ears, not necessarily hands behind your head, because I don't want you to tense into your neck. And I just want you to roll up towards your shoulders and then down by that bra strap, getting that upper back. And then in that mid back, that thoracic spine, your hips are off of the ground, your feet are grounded. Another option here is to land steady right where that bra strap hits, and then extend over that foam roller and then lift up for like a little bit of a crunch, but it's really a beautiful opener. Having controlled extension in your back, particularly your upper back, is so releasing, so freeing. If you're on your phone a lot, at a computer, sitting in front of a desk or sitting at a desk, holding a baby, nursing a baby, right? So everything just closes in. So we are just counteracting all of that by opening out. Fingers behind your ears. If you need to cradle your head, that's fine. Just make sure you're not dragging your chin towards your chest. Although bringing your chin towards your chest is acceptable, I just don't want you to pull so much that you get snagged on your neck.
Full or empty. When we talk, you say it softly, but I love it when you're awfully quiet.
Breathing. Good. Lower your booty down. Coming onto your side, I want your armpit right on that roller. We're going to work to the lat. So take that top arm, open it up, rolling to your side, and then coming back down into that armpit. So your lats are those big, beautiful swimmer muscles, right, that come down from your shoulders, and then they get nice and narrow and beautiful, and they connect towards the bottom of your spine. If you ever have neck pain, right, a lot of shoulder tension, it can be because of your lats being too tight, overactive, right? And a lot of people just equate that to neck pain, headaches. You can also roll up and down. Holy smokes. We all know my history with my lats, with my third pregnancy. That's where I kept all of it, all of my stress, all of my tension. I was so worried about keeping it in my low back from old injuries. Beautiful. Let's change sides. That I just really sat up straight and locked it all in, my thoracic spine and my lats. And holy smokes, have we done some work to retrain the use of my upper body. And I am 15 months postpartum, and it's still a thing, right? I'm still focused. I'm still aware. It's definitely the tightest piece of my body, as you can see by my facial expressions. So if you can, roll off of your hip up high, getting a little bit more intense through that beautiful long muscle, go for it. For me, it's just too intense right now, so I'm going to keep grounded. Good. Come off of that roller, lay onto your back. Let's focus on the neck. Good. So as you place that roller by your shoulders, your neck, and then right at the base of your skull, ground your heels in, and just look left to right. Palms are up. Good. So grounding into your heels allows a little bit more pressure into that roller. Relax through your jaw. You can physically feel the release of this one. Good. So the foam roller, if you have one about my size, kind of captures that entire neck. But I want you to press into your heels, roll that roller down towards your shoulders, and then look left to right. But then also bring your hips towards your heels, and then look left to right, just at the base of that skull. Jaws relaxed. I used to think this tension was caused from nursing neck. And I'm like, no, it's just a mom neck. But not even that, right? Because it's not just about my kids. It's like a life neck. So this is a place where we keep a lot of stress, a lot of tension, especially by our lifestyles, sitting, driving, working at a desk, holding a phone, holding a baby. A lot of that comes right into the shoulders and the neck. Good. And then just kind of ground in the center. Good. The last one, you're going to rise up off of it. And then this foam roller is going to go long ways. Your tail's going to be off of it and your head's going to be off of it. And you're just lining your spine up. Good. Letting your shoulders relax, opening up of your chest. Option here, palms come together. Option here, nice tight hug. And then I just want you to roll left to right, working out any knots, any tension in between your shoulder blades. So that bear hug might be too much. Lowering your knuckles down after you've given yourself a hug so that you can really wedge that roller right in between those shoulder blades. And then maybe try keeping those hands up to the sky. Good. Pulling your chin off of your chest, feeling length through your throat and a beautiful controlled supported extension in your neck. A lot of times at the end of the day, I feel like a bobblehead, where that bobblehead is attached by a spring, and that top head is heavy and it sinks into that spring. Sometimes I just want to lift my head out and give that spring some beautiful extension and separation. Option here, bringing those hands overhead, lowering, sliding those knuckles down by your hips. Inhale, bring those arms overhead. Good. Release your jaw. Open your mouth nice and wide. Wiggle your jaw back and forth. Do that again like you're biting into a huge burger. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Good. Just feel that tension fall and release. Holding those arms open for a moment. Feel it in your chest, your shoulders, your back, your neck.
We shed some tears of love now.
Hanging here for as long as you need to.
Like tears out in the rain.
You've seen me before watching TV, right? Upside down, in a posture like this. Completely different from how you would normally sit up, round forward, chin to chest, watching TV. So really finding that counteractive pose, opening up through the front of your body, opening up through the chest and the arms, releasing that head back. Coming out of this, bringing your hands down by your side, elbows, forearms are grounded. Bring your chin towards your chest, roll to one side, booty falls down, and then you sit up. Don't you feel like $1,000,000?